Hey guys, this is Lil with another raid video. I know you're watching these videos slightly out of the order that I record. Well, actually, you're watching them in the order I record them in, but because I recorded several videos in one go, this is the first video I'm recording after the Sell Files video went out. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who took the time to watch that and like it and comment it. It was really really humbling to get so many sort of comments of praise and thanks. So thank you for that, because I have put a lot of time and effort into those sell files. It's a bit of a labour of love for me, and like I do it for me and for other people as well. So it was so nice that so many people sort of took their time out. So thank you for that. To you, this will be a couple of videos late because I recorded a few of these videos. Like I recorded that video, the late game version of that video, because I wanted that to come out straight away after, and me doing a gear cleanse, sort of all three videos I recorded in one day. So this video I'll probably put out after the late game one. So they're a little bit in weird orders for you, but know that this is the first time I'm getting a chance to sit down and record after that video came out. And yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you, especially to the people who took time to comment saying, I don't normally comment on videos, but just wanted to say thank you so much. This is amazing. Really appreciate it. So today, today we're talking about how to edit the sell file. And what we're going to do is, we had some feedback from different people on a variety of things, some of which I agree with, some of which I'm like, I'm not sure about that, but okay, sure. So like the Fobstuff guys want me, sort of said, look, loads of late game players still keep loads of stalwart, they keep loads of deflection. Somebody else said deflection. Personally, I don't see it. Look, if you're late game and if you're end game and you use it, then great, more power to you. I have never built a champ in deflection, and I doubt I ever will, if I'm honest. I feel like there's better two-piece sets out there in a meta that is not debuff heavy. I kind of feel like it's those old school people who got it from Plat back in the day and have got really good stats in it, so they don't want to get rid of it, if I'm honest. But yeah, like people said the same last time when I said I sell all Frostbite. They were like, how can you sell Frostbite? Frostbite's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, like maybe I'll do a video on it at some point, because I can see a use case for it, but am I willing to give up 6-piece stone skin and go down to 4-piece stone skin so that I can get a deflection set or a frostbite set? And the answer is no. So anyway, you guys flame me in the comments if I'm totally undervaluing deflection. So what I thought we'd do is, because we said we were going to do a video on how to edit the sell file so that you can personalize it for you, and if you totally disagree with my rankings, then you can go and change it around. So that's what we're going to do today, with some of the examples of things that people said, look, I think this should go in there. Like one of the ones that we're going to do today is going into the late game file and adding in some of those two-piece filler sets, because somebody said, look, I've got some amazing like damage off pieces in speed set, and your sell file wants to sell them. And I was like, that's a fair point. Yeah, like there's a lot of times, like if you're building where you want some extra speed, and actually having a speed set to go in with your lethal set is no bad thing. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? I'll grant you that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go and I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch, but I'm going to add it to both the end game and the late game file. I can't help looking at my video now and seeing all the frame rates dropping, because I had my brother-in-law here who actually does film, and he was pointing out how bad my webcam is. So apologies if it's juddery and my face looks all blotchy. I'm told it's because I'm using a webcam, and I should upgrade, which I'm looking at. So we're going to edit the file real time. I wanted to record this video before releasing the late game sell file video, because I thought that's a good point to have the updated sell file with, with speed and perception, sort of with some damage stats in. So let's go and get it. Okay, sorry. First things first, let's just review the file structure. So my sell file is organized. There's a few general rules at the top, like keep triple rolls in, speed, triple and quads in speed, in crit rate. I need to add in accuracy and resist because that was one of the other feedbacks from the Farb stuff guys. Keep mythicals where they've rolled into a good substat. Keep, those ones that you need for the Morius mission. If you've done that, then you can delete them afterwards. And then there's some, sell all unused sets. And again, just housekeeping. In the video description link of this video and the previous video and all the videos that I do on gearing is this Google sheet, which is, it's got the tier list that I do all of this in OneNote, but I've put it into a Google sheet so that it's there in a way that you guys can then read. So we got the end game sets tier list. We got the substat combinations that we're looking for, so you can come in and check it if you've got any questions. I've put in the end game sell rules, so you can go, well, why is it selling? This is broadly, what it's looking for and what it's trying to sell, and I've grouped them, by damage, general, and protection. And then I've put a spreadsheet with some of the feedback that I've had from people, which is what we're going to go through today. So, sorry, if we go back here. So that spreadsheet is in the link, and if you need to double check anything, you can go and check it there. I'll update it with the late game stats as well. So this is how the file's structured, which will be helpful when you're looking to edit it. Okay, so the damage tier, S+, S, and A are all in a slightly weird order, which is all the unleveled cell rules are all together, and then is the leveled cell rules. What I would rather is have, the 0, the 8, the 12, and the 16 rule all together, as opposed to all the 0s together, all the 12s together, and all the 16s together. But it's just the format where I merged the files, and frankly, moving them is, more trouble than it's worth at this point. So they are as they are. Maybe one day I'll be bored and I'll move them all, but that is not today. So damage B is where it starts to be in that, what I think of as like a normal format, where it's like, okay, keep it if it's got speed and crit rate, and then by level 8, if it's gone this way or this way, then keep it, or if it's gone both ways, then keep it, or if it then goes to 12 and it rolls this way or this way. So there you can follow like a single item of gear, through the rules, which I sort of prefer. But yeah, like I say, it is what it is. Then we go into the general rules, SAB. Then we go into the protection rules, SAB. Then it goes into some global rules, which is like keep all special jewelry no matter what level it is, and you can manage that yourselves. Then it goes into the accessories rules, which is like, keep matching substats, and only keep 5-star if it's got speed and it rolls into speed. And then it's things like, then we're on to the blanket rules, which is keep everything if it's level 4, because I don't do any cell checks at level 4. And then the last rules, which always scares the heck out of people, is sell everything else. Yeah, like, that's it. If you didn't find a reason to keep it, then sell it. And this is like the hoarders versus, the people who have clean inventories, is don't look for a reason to keep it. Because if you look for a reason to keep it, you'll find one. Like, it's not that bad. It's more like that you've got a constant feed of gear coming into your account, and what you're looking for is reasons to sell it. So you could happily look at this the other way and just look at not did you roll well, but how many rolls did you whiff? Like how many rolls did you roll into flat HP or flat defense, or how many rolls went into resist on a damage chest, which is not a helpful stat. So yeah, like that's going to help us. Okay, so I'm going to just one sec. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and we're going to look at we'll minimize this and we'll minimize this, and we've got our RSL helper here. I can probably move that over slightly now. And if we go cell settings, so this is, I already had cell settings open. There we go, cell settings, and we can see I've got my late game file loaded. It claims I've edited something. I haven't, so what I'll do is I'll just load it clean. There we go. It just says that if you haven't hit save. So again, these are our rules at the top. So our first edit that we want to make is we're going to add in a few two-piece offsets to, let me check, where do we want to add these to? Okay, we're going to add these to, yeah, you see, it's tough. I would add them to, I think for late game, I'll add them to A, and for end game, I'll add them to B. So I think if I think of two-piece filler sets that I might want, I would say, oh, you guys can't see that bit. Let me move that over. Two-piece filler sets that you might want, I would go speed, perception. I don't think we had in damage at all. No, oh, yes, we do have perception there. We don't have speed. I wonder if there's anything else. I mean, accuracy, I don't think warrants it, because I just feel like it's just outdone by perception. But you guys let me know. I think for now we'll just go and add speed. I don't think supersonic. I'm just thinking about, does like the supersonic or anything have interesting stats from a damage perspective in sort of the 1 or 2 piece? Feral still isn't available. As soon as it is, I will let you know. And I should also point out, because somebody asked, well, how are you going to keep these update and let us know? I will post, you know, if it's just a small update, I will just post, you know, a message on YouTube. So, you know, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. And I'll just post updated the file to version 3. I think what I'll do is I'll add, you know, V1, V2, V3, etc. each time I update it with a decent update. If it's a massive update, then I'll do a video on it. But if it's just we added speed to B tier, then I'll just post a message so that you guys can know when it's been updated. Right, so let's have a look. Resistant HP and speed, not really. Righteous, no. Though, I guess righteous, if you ended up with some great damage stats, you might want to keep. So let's go, we'll do righteous. If I could even see righteous, okay. So we'll do righteous and we'll do speed for now. So the first thing that we need is to open our cell file in your favorite, I wonder if I can make that bigger. I don't think I can. Let's stick with it as it is for now. Your favorite JSON editor. I'm going with Notepad++, and I've got a couple of plugins to make this a bit easier. And we are going to go, first thing we're going to do is put it into print-friendly format. And what that does is it takes that one line and splits it out into something that we can actually read as humans. Okay, so here you can see, yeah, keep rules, where artifact set is equal to this, yeah, and you can see some substat rules here. So then I'm going to click this, which is JSON viewer, because that gives me how I'm used to editing this file, which is I look in my RSL helper, I see that the rule that I want to edit, like I come down and I go, right, well, I want to edit, what did we say? A tier, didn't we? So I know this was this S tier or A tier for her? Hold on. No, so this is B, which makes this A. So what we want to do is this rule, 1667 minus 1, just because of the way the file works, is the rule I want to edit. So in fact, it doesn't matter because this is just a rule, you know, sandwiched in between the similar rules. So 1667. I'm going to scroll down here until I get down to 1600 and what was it? 77? 67. Whoop. I'm going to click it. Or what if I was there? There we go. 1167. Technically, this will be the one. This will be 1668. The way the file works. If I click it, it will jump me to that point. Yeah, so I just saved myself 85,000 rows of scrolling. Okay, so I know that this is one of the A tier damage rules, and all that we care about is this artifact set, because frankly, all of the artifact set rules are unique. Yeah, like within the cell file. Now, so what I would do here is I would copy this. Well, in fact, I wouldn't even copy it. I would go There you go. In fact, first we'll copy it, and we'll just get a nice thing that we can edit it in, because it doesn't like it pasted in quite the same format. We need to get rid of some of this white space just where it's print friendly it. So we're going to get rid of the white space so that we just end up with the set numbers, which is what these are. And if you don't know, I've got these listed on that spreadsheet that we went to. So if we go back to our sheet, tier list, oh, they aren't on here, I thought they were. Okay, I will add those in because I've got them in the other spreadsheet. So there we go. So I've got them on my OneNote. I obviously just didn't copy them over. So here we go. These are the numbers that we care about. Sorry, that's a bit small for you. And what I want is to add in. Now I forgot which ones it was. I want to add in speed, which is artifact set 4. And was it righteous? Yes, 57. So 57 and 4. So we'll come back to our notepad. 57. Sorry, my keyboard's behind the mic. And 4. Doesn't matter what order, just follow it with a comma if you want another one. Ooh. And then what we're going to do is copy that. And here we just highlight all the artifact sets numbers within that value, and we go Control H, and here it's given us a what do you want me to find and replace, and then you just paste in the artifact set numbers from that we just wrote, which again was exactly the ones that were already there, minus all the spaces, plus the 2 extra ones that we want to add, and then you just go replace all. And that will go through everywhere in the file, and it will replace anywhere it found those exact artifact sets all together, and it will replace them with it, which will only be the damage A tier rules, and it will replace them with these because it's looking for them in exactly that format and that order. So we just go replace all. There we go. The file gets a little bit shorter because of the spacing. Then you hit save, and then you reload your rules within RSL Helper. You go load rules, and then you pick your late game rules, and then right here we've added speed and righteous. After you've done it a couple of times, you'll just do it straight off. Like the first time you're doing it, you'll be like, whoa, how many steps was that? Honestly, I could show you, so I guess the other way that you can do this is rule by rule. Okay, so I could come in to the cell file here, and I can click on one of these, and I can go edit rule, and I can tick, I can tick the extra sets that I care about, and then I can hit save edit. But you've got to do that every single time. I'm going to click off so that it doesn't save. You've got to do that every time, and I actually don't know how many rules there are for each thing. Let's pick the example that we were doing. So that must be S tier. So the A tier rules start at 13,052, sorry. And I'll find the end, 1 second. So that rule ends at 1,700. So that's 348 times that you would have to edit to add speed into each one of those rules. So again, let's do a recap. So let's have a look. Where did I say? If I just go and look at my feedback, what do we have? So add 2-piece sets to B tier, which we just did. We actually added it in A tier for late game, and we're going to add it to B tier for the end game people. Now, somebody wanted, this was, again, the Farbstuff mob sort of said, a lot of people want Stalwart and deflection keeping. I'm like, okay, I don't see it, but sure, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to add Stalwart to protection. Personally, I'm like, Defiant's way better, so I don't keep any Stalwart because it's been upgraded now. But hey, cool. We'll add it to A tier in protection, and deflection, I feel like is a bit more niche, so I'm going to add that to B tier in general. Yeah, because that's more debuffers. So let's go and do that. Yeah, just so that you guys see it a few times. So we've got our file. It'll always keep asking you, do you want to reload it? Each time you basically have RSL Helper open, it will say, do you want to reload it? I'm going to say no, because it sort of messes up all the numberings down the side, and you've basically got to like redo the pretty format, redo the JSON view, refresh the JSON viewer to get them in the right order, which I don't really want to do. So now what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to come back to RSL Helper. I'm going to go down to the rule that I want, which I already forgot. Right, so we're going protection A and general B. Okay, well, general B should be almost in this section of the file. So now we finished the damage rules there. I know them just by sight. So, and then we've gone into the S tier general. So what we wanted was, so now we've gone into general B, general A, and then general B. Now, if you spot, I got accuracy in both of these. Now, it doesn't matter because, like, actually, the rules are less harsh, the tier up. But obviously, I'm going to clean that up in a second. So, what were we adding? We were adding, if I can find my thing. Okay, deflection to B tier. Okay, so we're editing B tier. So let's pick one. 2330 is a B tier rule. Nope. 2330. There we go. Okay, so I can see that this hasn't selected a full rule, which means it needs refreshing. So you can see the red is where it's selecting a bit. And what it needs to do is be at the start of one of these, which is like here, where it's got the keep rule, the keep and use and artifact sets. So that means that it needs a refresh. So I'm going to hit refresh. It's just from our edit earlier. Sometimes you can get away without it, and sometimes it wants you to refresh. And now it's not working at all. So let's just turn. There we go. Okay, so now we go back down to, and look guys, if you've got a better way that you think you could edit these with a different program or whatever, that's cool. Share that in the comments and I'll pin the comment by all means. This is how I've been doing it. Okay, here we go. So here's our B tier rule. So let's have a look. 7, I think, is accuracy. Yes, 7 is accuracy. So actually, we want to remove accuracy from here because for late game, accuracy was supposed to be A tier, not B tier. It's just where I've missed taking it out, so that's fine. So we'll take 7 out. So again, what we're going to do is copy the artifact set numbers, paste them into our notepad, delete the white spaces so that they're all just in a nice row. There we go. Now I want to take out that accuracy just so the file's nice and clean, because that doesn't need to be in B anymore. And I forgot what we were adding. We were adding deflection, weren't we? And I don't actually know the code for deflection. Let's have a look if it's in my notes. Nope. So I will be back in a minute. I'm going to go and check that. I guess I could show you how to check. Well, how I would check that. Okay. If you're looking for a code and you don't know what it is and it's not on my spreadsheet, what I would do, I would come here. I would make a rule. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a copy of this rule, and what I'm going to do is change the set to deflection. In fact, I also don't know what stalwart is, so I'm going to add one rule that's stalwart, and I'm going to go insert at. And then I'm going to pick that one again, and I'm going to take that off, take stalwart off, and I'm going to put on, where's deflection? I can't even see it now, there it is. Put on deflection. Oh, no, I don't want to edit rule, I want to insert. There you go. Now we've got 2 rules, one for deflection and one for stalwart. I'm going to move them up to the top. So now I know rule 1 is stalwart and rule 2 is deflection. Then I'm going to hit save. Then I'm going to reload my file, and again it's giving me a pop-up saying the file's been edited. Do you want to reload it? Yes I do, because now I need to look at rules 1 and rules 2. Sorry, I've switched my keyboards around, and so this one's way more compact, but it's missing some keys, which is why I keep looking down at it, because it hasn't got arrow keys or delete keys. Okay, so rule number 1 right here, right at the top, is 26. So what did we set? That was stalwart. So I'm going to go and update this. I'm going to come down here. And where did we add stalwart to? We added it to B tier of general, I think. Yes. So what was it? 26. There you go. And the other one was going into A tier here. I've done that the wrong way around, haven't I? That was supposed to be... yeah, I listed those in the wrong places. Hold on, I'll fix that now. Below, so the stalwart was going here. Is it stalwart or stalwart? I can never remember. Stalwart. So that was 26, and Defiant was the one that went in here. And that was, again, go back to our file, go to the next rule. So they're all sort of, you know, you can collapse them. Oh, we should be able to. There we go. So the next rule, 36. So we now know that Defiant is 36. And I'll update the spreadsheets so that they've got all the rules, all the codes that I've got here on those spreadsheets. So now we know what we want to do is come back down to, let's just refresh that just to make sure that's up to date. You need to remember to delete those rules at the end. So it was around 2,300 mark, wasn't it? There we go. So these are the rules. They look like the numbers that we grabbed earlier, don't they? Yes, they do. We took 7 off, and we needed to add Defiant onto here, which we now know, and I already forgot, so apologies, is 36. So we just add 36 to the end. We copy that. We come back to our file. We've got that highlighted. We hit Control-H for replace, and then we paste in the new sets, and we go replace all. That's that one done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down and do the same for, let me check what the other edit was. We're going to add stalwart to A tier in protection. So we'll come down our file a good ways. Oh no, that should be protection sets. And again, I spotted another error here, which is we've got shield set in both A and B. Of protection, so I'll also fix that. But we're editing A tier here, so let's pick one. 3050. There we go. Oh, don't untick that. So now we're going to come down. I'm not going to refresh. Again, just because we scroll through the file, it thinks it's been edited and it wants to refresh it. 3050. Here. Again, and we just check this is the one. Yep, that looks good. So again, we copy the values out, we paste them in here, we get rid of all the white spaces, and then we put it into a nice one line, and then we add our new one, which was stalwart, and I already forgot the code again, which was 26. So we add 26 onto the end, and copy that back to our file, Control-H, paste and replace all. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right up to the top. I'm going to pick that rule. So this is rule number 1 that we added in, just start to end. And this is rule number 2. And again, I'm just following it down to here. And I'm going to delete those. You could do that in the file in the UI. It doesn't matter either way. I'm just doing it in the code while I'm there, and I'm going to go save, and then I'm going to load my cell file again. I would always just take a backup, by the way. That's why I've got all those backups. And now we've got stalwart in here as an A tier protection set, and we've got, it's going to take me ages to find that. There we go. We've got speed and righteous in I think that was A tier in damage sets. Yeah, A tier. And then in the general sets, we added in deflection as a B tier. I want to say B tier. I can't remember now. Yes, B tier. So we've done all of those. In fact, we can go and add a global rule. I might have already done this one if I'm honest with you. If we go right up to the top, then we've got the keep all zeal and righteous. No, not righteous, is it? What's it called? Zeal and impulse. Yes. And then we've got the mythicals, and then we've got the keep quads. In fact, on the endgame file, I moved these, so I'm going to move them here too. Oop, no, sorry, I didn't want move, I wanted up. And what I'm doing is I'm just moving them above this rule, which is sell all flat stats. So I'm just going to move these, which is keep my quad speed rolls and keep my triple speed rolls. And the same, well, I probably wouldn't do the same with crit rate. I'd say speed is the only one that I would keep it no matter what. Now, I did do these on the endgame file, so I'm going to do them here as well, which is I want a copy of this rule. So I'm going to go, right, what I want is keep, if it's level 12, and it's triple rolled into accuracy. And now that I haven't got my my thing mapped, I'm going to have to double check what a triple roll into accuracy is. Let's have a look. Triple in accuracy would be 36 minimum. Again, I'm discounting low rolls here, so if it low rolls on those, then that's not counted, or like a low roll on a 5. So we're going to go 36, and then we just go insert. So it hasn't overwritten. What you do is you edit it here and then hit insert. It's my favorite way to do it. I'm then going to move it down just so that those two crit rate ones are together. I'm going to do the same on a 16. Insert. And then we've got keep the crit rate triple and keep the accuracy triple. And it's all higher. Yeah, so it's your triple rolls and your quad rolls all in one. And we'll do the same for resist. And in fact, we'll edit this one and we'll just pick resist is greater than or equal to 36, insert, and then we'll just do exactly the same at level 16, insert, and there we go. Now we're keeping all of our triple rolls, and again, because I just like things organized, I'll just move that up. So now we've gone in and we've edited all of the ones that we said we were going to. We've done a retain on our triple rolls in accuracy resist. We've added some of those two-piece sets into our B tier damage rules. I think we added them in A tier for the late game, and we'll add them into B tier for the end game, but I'll not make you guys sit through that. And then we added Stalwart as an A tier in protection and deflection into the B tier in general. So that's your updated sell file, guys. Now, that's how you update your sell file. So if you disagree with my tierings of which sets you think go where, that's how you do it. Yeah. So you find where the rule is in RSL Helper, and then you go to the file in a JSON editor, you find that rule, copy the artifact sets, string of sets, and then you do a replace all in the file. And again, as long as you're not making I would save it at each point and refresh your files if you've decided, no, I want to redo all the damage rules, like all the S plus tier, the S tier, the A tier, the B tier, just because what you might do is if you're grabbing all of the A tier and moving them up to S tier, at the point that you did that, you've created a duplicate, if you got these sets exactly identical. So what I would do, when I was building the rules, is I would do that in a separate file. So I would go, where's the start of the A tier, where's the end of the A tier, copy all of that code over, then do your replace over there, and then, yeah. But for the types of edits that you should be doing, you should be fine. You should be fine just doing a find and replace all within the file as it is in line without sort of doing that in a separate file. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and update these spreadsheets just so that they've got those codes on for you guys to use and so that they've got all the late game stuff on there. I can now save that file, upload it to my Google Drive, and then I'll hit publish on the late game sell file video. So you guys can go and watch that. You guys have probably already watched that one by the time you're watching this. Cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.